Welcome back. It's day 2 of our 10 days challenge, and today we'll review Augment Code. So, in case you've missed the previous video of our introduction and benchmark with Cursor AI, in this series, every day we will try out one new tool and see how it compares to Cursor AI in performance, privacy, features, and even ease of use for non techies. At the end, we'll crown a winner. Some of these tools are below. If you recognize any of them, do leave a comment. So, Augment Code is also a worthy competitor, but it's not perfect. It's built as an extension of VS Code, unlike Cursor, which is a fork of VS Code. It's also priced quite fairly. And how does it fare on privacy? Let's find out. Available features on the tool, right? What are the features that Cursor have that this also have? All the chat prompts, inline edits, chat memory slash commands, even agent mode, putting images in prompts. We could all see that they were all available, and even being able to use the MCP integration, Git integration, they are all available. So all those features that you would say, oh, I would miss if I leave Cursor, they actually all do exist with Augment Code. Security and privacy checks. There is no offline mode. You can't use local LLM. Same with Cursor actually. But I think this is the part that is even worse than Cursor AI. If you're using the free plan, your code will be used to train AI. Like it's not optional. There is no check button. Unlike Cursor where we have like okay a check button to say okay you can use my code or you can't use my code, nothing like that. It's even said in their pricing plan. If you're on the free plan, your code belongs to them and they can use it to train AI. Not really belong, but they can use it to train LLM models and the rest. So that part is also there. Aside that, they're quite okay, but if you pay, they promise never to use your code to train AI models if you're on a paid plan, so you might need to watch out for that. Also, model transparency. Yeah, this part's totally non-existent. You can't even toggle and say, okay, which model do you want? The only models are like the cloud model. Use the cloud, normal cloud for. They also use the reasoning, but you can't even decide which one you want to use, right? Everything is done by them. So for mobile model accessing access and pricing, let's look at that. If you're on the free plan, you get 50 prompts monthly. On the pro trial, you get 600 prompts in for 14 days, right? To try for 14 days, you have 600 prompts. If you pay for the developer account, which is $50, you also get the same 600 prompts, but it's for like a month. And then there's a pro account of which gives you 1,500 prompts for $100. You have the max, which is a whole 4,500 prompts for $250. So that's also there. All the normal models, are not they only have the cloud. So but all the other models that we usually would use on Cursor, and you might actually not be using. I remember on Cursor I was just mostly using the um cloud models 3.5, 3.7. So you might actually not need them, but they are not available. You don't have the option to just switch. Yeah, and it's not open source. Okay, so in summary, like we've said, we've been doing, we're going to be populating this table, right? We're going to be populating it as we go, and you can see all the different editors we promised to review. But for now, we have the first two, which is Cursor the benchmark, and we have what's the name? We have Augment Code. The next one, so you can see it has most of the stuff together, and I think the difference is you can see in the model we have only cloud here, and for privacy you see free plan, no privacy at all. Git is there, you can't use custom APIs, and then for pricing they both have free and paid. So I think that's kind of like the summary of our changes, and these are like the other stuff we're going to be doing next, we're going to be working on next. So I'll be showing you how to download Augment Code and even the first look, right? You just need to navigate to augmentcode.com so you can, sign up. Remember, it's not a fork, it's an extension. So we'll not be needing to download an external executable. So when you click install now, you need to sign up, like put in your email address, OTP and whatnot. If you're done with the registration, you can then come here and click the type of ID you have, if it's IntelliJ or VS Code, and you're able to open the extension page. or you can even just search directly in the marketplace, right? We trust the publisher and just click continue till it's done. Once it's done, you need to also sign in, right? So it takes you back to the browser, you accept and you click continue. Okay, so you can see the welcome messages about my trial, and even that we now have Cloud 4 available. Also, it's there you disable GitHub Copilot, and you can see it was able to automatically check the terminal for my username and say that okay, my name is Abigail, and it's like, oh, I Abigail. So I think it's a quite good impression on the first look. And I realized that it looked weird. It did not look like cursor. I wanted it to be on the right hand side, so I tried figuring out how to like move the chat box to the right hand side, which I was able to finally do. Yeah, and that's how you move it. And now it looks a lot more like cursor, and I feel like home. Yeah, so I've created this test project for us to use to play around with Cloud 4 inside Augment Code today. I wanted to refactor this code, but before that I'll be showing you guys what the code looks like before the refactoring. And this is also a chance for us to test Cloud 4 and see what it can do. So open with live server, and we can see this is what it just look like. It's a game. I think it starts automatically. It looks very bad and has all the worst practices and all, right? And see, even instead for you to be chasing the ball is chasing you. If you notice, right, the ball is chasing you. So instead of you to be chasing the ball, something like that. So it's just but it's a poorly designed game, purposely just to test this tutorial. So I've copied the instructions and I'll be pasting that here, right? And let's just clean up beginning. That's the task. We wanted to refactor it, fix the game, the code and everything. Yeah, the problem is the code, but instead I would just be tagging. See, the same way we're using cursor, you can tag files, and I would just be tagging that okay, we want to use the file. You see, you can add the context and whatnot. Oh, we're in chat, right? Let me see if this goes automatically. Okay, thank God, still there. So now in the agent mode, it has the memories and all, and you can even improve, enhance your prompts or whatever. So you can see there are different types of agent mode. This is the auto mode, to auto run or tools we're going to be using. So I will just click send and let it do its magic, right? While it's refactoring within the file doing its magic, I want to show you guys the settings page. There's a settings page where you can connect different tools and even add the MCP tools if that's what you need. If there's a particular one you like, you've been using on Cursor, you can also bring it here. This is also the rules page like Cursor, where you add the user rules and all those stuff. You can also handle because the code base does get indexed. This is where you can clean up and and this is where you manage your account. So these are just the basic settings that we have, right? It's not as extensive as Cursor, but I think it's okay. So also let's review the instructions while it's working. So you see we have terrible code, right? And it's make sure to refactor the code while maintaining the same functionality. So the game should work in the same way that the ball is chasing the user object and whatnot, but we need to refactor all the poorly written code, So let's see how does it handle, the code base. So, and let's see what it's able to give us. And just like Cursor, right, we can see the changes that was made, different changes, right? And we can decide to either keep them or reject or whatever. We can do all that, right? And while that is working, I want to show you guys inline stuff, because what we asked to do is a lot, so it actually did take a while. So let's say I wanted to add color. Yeah, it's just to show you the inline predicting stuff, right? So you can see we have the tab complete stuff, right? From Augment Code, and I will just say color, right? Okay, I don't think it's a worthy example. Okay, I think Visual Studio Code themselves is also predicting. Let me do something in HTML. Generate. Okay, so let's say here I want to add a cancel button, right? I think it was done working and while I was typing. So let me just remove this so there are no bugs. Okay, see, and you can see, right, show code actions, modify, review, rewrite, all these are stuff you do with Augment, and you can even see that whatever you selected, right, it's able to you can add it to your ID, right? And we can see this is WSL I'm working in, and it's able to like work with WSL. Also, you see, you can see the changes. I will keep all changes, and you can see it was able to tell me what and what it was able to do, you know, all the error handling it was able to add and all. Although I still feel you should have broken this file into multiple files as part of the factoring, since like with all the hype around Cloud 4, I expected much more than refactoring within the same file, but it's fine. Also, so now we can test to see what has been done, right? So we can click start game, and yeah, it's still following me. And once it touched it, the color changes. I think the UI is a bit, better than what we had before, right? And once you're able to bring it, touch it, it changes. So yeah, it's a very shitty game, but it's just for demonstration, right? Right? Touches it and then it appears elsewhere. Yeah. So I remember I just tell my own work, but we can see the game is working. It's counting and whatnot, right? So stop game. I would say this is a really huge improvement from what we had before. And yes, so I'm not sure if there's any other part you would like to see, any other future. Yeah, I was about showing you guys the um, code completion. So button ID, right? I want cancel or reset, right? So I think by now it should know what I'm trying to do. But that's the thing. I'm not sure if this is just my normal Visual Studio Code or this tab 9. I feel like so I said or this Augment Code. I feel like this Augment Code actually. So you can see it's able to predict what the remaining part will be, and if I click tab, that's inserted. So we also have that part. We have the part where I can say, oh, make this functional. So I can select this, and you see it says my selection, right? And I can say make this button functional, right? So I'm not sure there's any other part I've not copied, I've not covered. But I think that just gives you like a brief idea of how this works. So what's next in this series? Tomorrow we're gonna be reviewing GitHub Copilot. It's a showdown, and please do engage this video and let YouTube know that okay, it's actually a quality content. You want to see more of this, you do not mind seeing more of this, it should come to your feed when the next video is available. Also, if you do have questions, are there stuff you think I am not covering? It's a 10-day series. We're just like in day 2, even though we say counting from 0, so today's like day 1, but like actually like in day 2. And if there's anything you want me to change, anything I'm not doing well, any part I'm not covering, please do leave a comment. Let me know. I'm going to take your comments into considerations for my future videos. And if there's a particular tool you want me to skip other tools and just review it immediately, instead of going in like a serial number, I do not mind. If you guys, I do what you want. If you guys leave a comment, I will do that. Remember to like and subscribe. Join my Telegram channel. Bye.